Expose secrets to documenting narcissist behavior to the court. Hey everyone, are you dealing with a narcissist and you're getting ready to go to court with one and you're feeling like, oh my God, what do I have to do to make sure that they get exposed so that the court sees me, hears me? I feel like I'm gonna lose to this freaking narcissist. And I want the judge to hear it. I got you covered. Make sure you watch this video. Make sure you watch it all the way to the end. I got it. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm a trial lawyer. I've been a lawyer for probably longer than I want to admit here, but I'm also recognized by US News as one of the best lawyers in America. I'm also the best-selling author of Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And if you're new here, welcome. And make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I don't want you to miss one single one of these videos to help you slay that bully and become empowered and the best version of yourself and get free. All right, so today we're diving into a critical topic: expose secrets to documenting narcissist behavior for the court. And if you're dealing with a narcissist in a legal setting, I'm so sorry, but I want to help you win. All right, so whether it's a divorce, custody battle, high conflict situation, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a probate situation, defamation, who knows? But having solid documentation is your key to success. All right, I'm going to walk you through practical strategies, provide examples, and I'm going to share my top tips to ensure that you are prepared. And make sure that, by the way, that you grab my free Crush My Negotiation Prep Playbook to help you also get started. And you can get that at winmynegotiation.com as well. All right, so the first thing is you really need to understand the importance of documentation. So it's really, really important because having concrete evidence is key. Narcissists are master manipulators and they can be very, very convincing in court. You got to deal with judges where they're coming from, okay? Judges have way too many cases on their docket. Everybody who comes through is calling the other person a narcissist. They got the big eye roll going on. You got to meet them where they're at. And all they care about is applying the law. So you've got to have concrete documentation. You can't go in there talking about how the other person is a narcissist, because they're not going to want to hear about that. They want to see your documentation. They want to see facts. They want to see evidence. And you want to apply it according to the laws of wherever it is that you live. So it's not just about what you say, it's about what you can prove with your facts. All right, so let's say you're dealing with manipulative behavior, all right? So let's say you're dealing with a custody battle. The narcissist might try to portray themselves as the perfect parent. They want this halo to be glowing from on top of their head. And they want to say that you're the deadbeat person or the horrible person, whatever. But they want to say that they're always putting their children's needs first. But the reality is very, very different. So they cancel visitation at the last minute all the time. They make disparaging comments about you in front of the kids. They use every single opportunity that they can to undermine your authority. Documenting each instance with dates, times, detailed descriptions. Every time they cancel a visit via text, save that text. Every time they say something disparaging. So write down the date, the time, the cancellation, the reasons given, the impact it had on you, your children. It creates a timeline. It demonstrates the true behavior over time. What's even better is if you have it in some kind of email form or an app form, something like that, so you can put the supporting documentation right there. And then you have a summary of it all right there, which is even better. How many times did they cancel in a 4-month period? 98 custody exchanges. They canceled 47 times. Whatever it is. What's the percentage of how many times did they have? They had an opportunity to have them X amount of times. And then how many times did they cancel on that? So what can you document? Here are a few key things. Instances of manipulative behavior. This is including gaslighting, times that they made you question your reality, or attempts to control you, or attempts to isolate you, then you can actually have samples of that, summaries of that. Threats and intimidation is number two, whether verbal or written. Any threats that they make, including recordings of that, are great. Inconsistencies, lies in their statements, they often contradict themselves. All right, keep track of those contradictions. Very powerful. They said this on August 7th, they said this on December 12th. Then you can match up those statements together in a summary. Very helpful. Emails and text messages, save all communications. Invaluable in showing patterns of behavior. Let's say the narcissist sends you a threatening message like, I'm going to ruin your career. I'm going to drive up the fees. I'm going to make sure that you don't get this settlement. I'm going to take the business away from you. Whatever it is that they're saying, save this email, print it out, you save it electronically, you save it in different places, because it may be that there's a custody statute that it applies to. It may be that it applies to a partnership agreement, or whatever it is, whatever type of case it is that you're dealing with. Note the date, note the time that it was received, any subsequent actions that they took related to that threat. If they follow through with the threats, document those actions as well. And then link it back to the original threat. Any inconsistencies in their statements. Narcissists often make conflicting statements to different people. So, for example, they might tell the court they're always available to pick the kids up from school, but you have emails from them saying they can't make it because of work commitments. Keep a record of those conflicting statements. Highlight the discrepancies. Show how their narrative changes based on what suits them at the moment. This can undermine their credibility in court. The next thing is, how do you document effectively? You can use a journal. You can use a log app in your phone, whatever is most convenient for you, so that you're going to just do it and trying to do it in real time. Because if you try to go back and recreate, you're never going to do it. All right. Make sure that you are recording the incidents as they're happening. As I said before, dates, times, detailed descriptions. Recording conversations, if it's legal, make sure you're doing that too. Sometimes you can't record the conversations, you can't play the conversations, but if you can, then do that as well. Sometimes you can't play it in court, but you could play it for maybe a custody evaluator, or you can play it for a mediator or somebody else in the situation. Witness statements. If you have other people who have witnessed the person's behavior, ask them to write down what they have seen. Either they can testify to it later, or maybe they can prepare some kind of affidavit, depending on if they're available when it comes time for proceeding, or they're not available, or how far away they live, or whatever it is. But, start to gather that information at the time that their memory is still fresh. Okay. Next thing is journal entries. Let's suppose that the person that you're dealing with, your personal narcissist, has a pattern of yelling or making threats, or doing something, let's say during a drop off, a custody exchange, or maybe it's your boss and they're yelling at you, or whatever it is. Every time this happens, immediately write it down, and then include the date and time and what was said and how it affected you, or how it affected your kids. And then over time, these entries will show a clear pattern of abusive behavior. So, for example, on June 1st, 2024 at 3 p.m., during a drop off at the school, blah, blah, blah name yelled at me in front of our child, saying I was an unfit parent, and threatened to take custody. And this level of detail is going to be really, really crucial for painting a clear picture for the court. And especially if you're writing it in real time, it's really helpful. The next thing is recording conversations. Now, sometimes you won't be able to play it for the court. Sometimes you can play it for custody evaluators, other people involved. with the situation, or you can play it, if it's not a family law matter, let's say it's a situation with a boss or whatever, there may be other people within the issue, the situation that you're in, that you might be able to play it for. Next thing is witness statements. Witnesses can definitely provide backup, verification of what it is that you've been dealing with. And especially if a person might have heard yelling, they might have, seen situations, friend who's been involved, maybe, piano teachers are sometimes good coaches, especially if they're like, oh, on multiple occasions, I've seen fighting, I've seen obscenities being hurled. It's always good to have that kind of account from other people, especially if they are, people who are of sound mind, people who are good witnesses, who are unbiased. If this is helpful so far, give me a yes in the comments. Give me a yes in the comments. And if you are dealing with this and you're documenting narcissistic behavior for court, share your comments in the comments below. Your stories help others in similar situations. And if you are needing additional support, make sure you join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. The next thing is organizing your documentation for court. So once you've gathered your documentation, organizing it is super crucial. Here are some ways that you can do that. First, you want to create a timeline. So you want to chronologically arrange your documentation in a way that shows a clear pattern of behavior. You want to label it and index it in a way that's easy to reference. And you want to prepare a summary. So a summary that highlights the most critical points of the documentation. And this, it can help your attorney present the case really effectively too. Let's take the timeline piece first. So once you have everything and you can lay it out in chronological order, it helps you and your attorney see the progression and patterns of the behavior. So for example, if you create a spreadsheet with columns for date, time, type of behavior, and the notes, this visual representation can be extremely persuasive in court, demonstrating a consistent pattern of manipulation or abuse. The next thing is labeling and indexing. So label each piece of evidence clearly. And sometimes you can do it like in terms of the local statute in your area. Let's say it's like the best interest of the child statute. You can organize it by the element of the statute or each section of the statute, but labeling each piece of evidence clearly using labels like email 1, text message 2, journal entry 3, creating an index that lists each item and provides a brief description that makes it so easy for your attorney and court to navigate the documentation. I help you do this so much in my Slay program, which can check out at slayyournegotiation.com. And this is so helpful. Threatening email from blah, blah, blah on June 1st, 2024 at 3 p.m., right? So preparing a summary is really, really, really critical so that once you have all of your documentation in a clear and concise manner, it helps you save so much money and it helps the judge see it all so clearly because now it tells the story. Over the past 6 months, narcissist over here has repeatedly canceled visitation at the last minute, has made disparaging comments in front of my children. Here's the attached evidence, and it's all laid out. And you've got the summary, and it helps your attorney quickly reference the most critical points. So remember, documenting narcissistic behavior can be the key to winning your case. That is how you present the truth. That is how you protect your loved ones. That is how you protect yourself. That is how you get free. That is how you get your life back. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Before you go, make sure to remember, that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. You've got this. You've got the power to reclaim your life. You've got the power to thrive. The only win if you give in, and you don't need to do that. And the next video that I want you to watch is top trial attorney reveals the only way to expose a narcissist in court. All right. So that's the next video I want you to watch. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in that next video. Shopify helps millions sell billions around the world through their digital courses, through their digital products at the touch of a button on their smartphones, on social media, however they want, including me at shop.rebeccazung.com. You can access your store from all over the world, just the touch of a button from your smartphones. Start accepting payments. Everything you need to sell online, manage orders, and develop relationships in one place and look fabulous doing it. Shopify is the commerce platform that is revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide, including my own, at shop.rebeccazung.com. So right now, what you need to do is sign up for a $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/bestlife. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/bestlife to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/bestlife.